All right, enough of my anecdotal bullshit. LA Knight versus Logan Paul. I thought this match was probably the match of the night, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the match itself. Um, I thought, well, let's start off with the entrances. We had basically Logan Paul coming out with MGK, who's back to dressing like a real boy again. Happy for him. Even though he's still dressing like, a goofy mid 2000s middle schooler. You get what I'm saying? He's dressed like the Stiffmeister. But, looks like he should be coming out to that theme song. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Yeah, but I'm glad he's not dressing like a fucking tranny anymore. Good for him. Good for him. But he came out and he's gonna play a part, I guess, later in the match. LA Knight comes out and destroys the window of Logan Paul's car. Whatever. Kind of fucked up on the first hit. Guess I thought they were like bulletproof glass windows or something, but I don't know. So I loved how this match started because the match started. It was a very old school start to a match. It basically had the pre-match beatdown. Logan Paul knocks LA Knight off of the top turnbuckle as he's doing his entrance, and basically we had that whole this match hasn't officially started yet, and the match kind of did that for a few minutes. They didn't just like rush to starting the match. So I thought that was okay. That was pretty cool for them to have such a, so much animosity in their feud. It makes sense. And I do love, and you'll see this, that it happened quite a few times throughout this pay-per-view, this PLE, that I hate when there's blood feuds and then they have the match, the bell rings, and they start with a, collar and elbow tie up and have a technical fucking match. It's like it kind of takes away from the story that's being told. But yeah, they basically finally start the match, have a nice competitive back and forth. I guess they got a little rough at points because Logan had this big bruise on his eye, right underneath his eye. I don't know exactly where that came from. But as usual, Logan Paul outperforms himself, outperforms LA Knight. And there's the thing, there's a lot of people who give a lot of flack and a lot of criticisms to Logan Paul, and I don't think he's the most amazing wrestler that's ever graced the ring or anything like that. But Logan Paul does not suck. Logan Paul is actually a good wrestler. He's actually a great wrestler. The fact is that he constantly outperforms everybody he works with. In his matches, he carries everybody. And that's no disrespect to any of the people he worked with. Like LA Knight's style isn't really, conducive to carrying a match, I don't believe. But Logan Paul just really, really makes you fucking open your eyes while he's wrestling. He has that, that Shawn Michaels kind of showstopper thing to him. And I know it's Logan Paul, but I have to give credit where it's due. Every time I've seen this guy wrestle on a PLE, I've been impressed. I've been thoroughly impressed. And the caliber of people he's working with, he shouldn't be on that level. And that just shows you he does have a talent for this. He has a natural talent for wrestling. There was some really great points where, he had a fucking insane springboard moonsault outside of the outside to the outside, I should say. So LA Knight. And I know I'm not usually the flippy do guy, but I'm more of like flippy do works when it makes sense. And Logan Paul is a guy that looks like he would be doing that. I don't hate Jeff Hardy doing flippy do stuff. It's just that everybody does it, so it that's my problem with it. But yeah, there was this crazy superplex that with this really, it looked like a really bad landing. It looked like Logan Paul landed right on his fucking neck. But yeah, that was a pretty nice spot. At the end of it, LA Knight wins after Logan Paul fails with the brass knuckles, hits LA Knight with the brass knuckles, doesn't actually work. And LA Knight wins his first singles title after 20 years in the game. And that crowd came unglued when LA Knight won. And because I think they really did a good job at the false finish. You really thought Logan Paul was going to pull it out and it was going to be some fuckery, but he pulled it out, and we'll see if LA Knight has a good title run here, US title. But yeah, gotta give Logan Paul his credit. Definitely have to.